Hey folks, Jeremy Willets and Tom Cagley here to talk to you about Mastering Work Intake, our book as well as our workshop. So, Tom, let's start off with who we are.
So, Jeremy, I have been part of the development community since my hair wasn't gray. Um, I blog, I podcast, I write books, and I help guide organizations toward delivering better value.
I have not been part of the development community for as long as you have, Tom, and nor did I have hair when I got started. But I've done a lot of different roles, as you can see here on the slide. And I've really enjoyed the experience of working with Tom directly, but also through this book and through this class, getting a chance to meet people and interact about this topic that we think is really imperative, right, Tom?
Absolutely. So, Jeremy, why did we write this book?
And the simple answer is we didn't really find much material on this topic. So we sensed that there was a gap. We also sensed that this is a really big deal to teams and organizations in whatever context you're practicing software development or product development. It doesn't matter if you're doing agile or if you're doing waterfall. This topic matters to everybody.
Very frankly, if you don't control the work that a team takes, or heck, even an organization, if that's not under control, then chaos ensues, right? Everybody's starting things and starting things and starting things. And when you start more than you ever get done, it just sort of backs up. You waste money, you waste time, you waste people's lives.
And it really doesn't end well. And so that was really why we decided to put pen to paper and we spent some time writing this book, but we wanted to keep the material alive after we wrote the book. We didn't want to do the thing where we put out a book, sort of did the rounds on podcasts and social media and called it a day there. We wanted to stand up a workshop to really reinforce the concepts of this, but to continue the conversation. So tell the audience more, Tom, about why we decided to take this approach.
Well, especially the idea of a workshop. And obviously there are all sorts of different ways to do a workshop. You could have a one-day scenario where everybody gets together and does a lot of exercise, and we've done that, and you get wonderful results. Our idea was to make this more of a group event, a cohort over a period of time so that people could interact together. Yeah, Jeremy and I have a lot of experience. We've thought a lot about this. We've experimented a lot about this, but very frankly, everybody has experience. And bringing that experience into a workshop scenario where we can work through real problems is it just unlocks a lot of real value.
It is a significant value add beyond just the material. So this workshop is not just Tom and I banging on verbally for hours and hours at a time. We've got plenty of interactivity sprinkled in to get people talking, to get you communicating about this topic, and then leave you with artifacts that you can take back and make traction on this in your context.
It is sort of funny though, Jeremy. In our first, we've run this cohort a few times. In our first cohort, we immediately recognized that the individual sessions were too short because
Yes.
people really, again, it goes back to they wanted to interact with each other. And these are people who don't know. They were from across the globe. And very frankly, they wanted to interact with each other, not just with us. And so we made some changes to our approach to, in essence, draw that out so that people could learn from each other just as much as they learn from us.